wise man named Nelson Mandela once said, "Education is a powerful tool which can be used to change the world." Though there is truth behind that statement, education can teach us many things, but it can't teach us everything. Our current public schools here in America does not teach basic life skills such as cooking and money management. Though many of you may say that these things can be taught to you at home, let me remind you that not everybody comes from a good household. That is why I desire and I believe that the American public school education system should implement life management skills in their curriculum. That way learning these things could be accessible to all. A teacher named A.J. Julian once said, "Our job is to not prepare students for something, our job is to prepare students for anything." I strive for a better future and a better education for our students now and for the generations to come. Personally, I was taught life management skills in school, from elementary to high school, and as an adult, I see the benefit that comes from learning those things. Also, I have done extensive research on the internet to provide you with facts and statistics as to why these courses should be implemented in our public school system. Today, I will be discussing 3 things. First, I will be discussing the lack of life management skills in our public school system. Second, I will be discussing what we can do, including our government and our board of directors in our public schools here in Vegas can do to implement these courses. And third, I will be discussing the positive effect that comes from implementing these courses. First, I will be discussing the lack of life skills in our public school education system. In recent studies, data shows that home economics have been neglected and in decline for the past decade. Statistics show that home economics and life management skills decline each year by approximately 38%. Now, some of you may argue that the decline of life skills may be necessary in our schools in order to focus on core subjects such as math and English, but others, including myself, have a different opinion on that. In fact, a survey conducted by H&R Block shows that 6 out of 10 adults wish there was a course on how to budget money and how to file taxes in high school. There arises our first problem. Basic financial management is not being taught in our schools, and as both you and I know, money management is an important aspect of life. Second, skills like cooking are not being taught in our public schools. The Washington Post commented on a study conducted by Canada, and it shows that 31% of millennials do not feel confident in the kitchen. That means that more than half of young and middle-aged adults do not confidently know how to cook. Not only is the knowledge of cooking important, but the knowledge of proper nutrition is important as well. According to the Food Revolution Network, children here in America consume 50% of their daily calorie count just at school alone. There arises our final problem. Schools in America are not teaching our kids how to cook for themselves, but they're also not being fed the proper nutrition that they should be. Third, and most importantly, are our schools teaching our kids how to have responsibility and good morals and good mannerisms? And the answer is yes, but to a certain extent. Children learn these things not merely from a textbook, but they learn these things from positive role models in their life and from adequate discipline. And no, I don't mean physical discipline, but I mean behavioral discipline. Cleaning can discipline a kid on how to have good mannerisms and responsibilities. Remember, dirty environments lead to stressful environments, which leads to a decrease in student productivity. That is why I believe that our school system should teach our kids the responsibility of cleanliness. Now, I realize that this is not a life management course, but it's to simply discipline the kids on how to have good mannerisms and to teach them responsibility and overall how to pick up after themselves. We can start doing this by cleaning up meal times in our cafeteria after meal times. And we could do this by cleaning up our classrooms at the end of the school day. I realize that it's the parents' job to teach their kids these things, but once again, not every child comes from a good home. Now that I have discussed the negative effects of pulling life management skills out of our public schools, I will be discussing about what we, the government, and those alike can do to change that. There are actions that we as students, parents, and teachers can do to implement these courses in our public school system. First, we could contact our local government and our public schools and demand a change. A higher demand means that your voices will be heard. Second, be a volunteer at your local public middle, elementary, and high school. Helping out the school staff puts less stress in them, and it gives them time to think about why these specific courses are going to be important. Third, donate. It doesn't have to be a lot, it can be $1 or $2. If not money, then donate things that would be useful for home economics. This could be included with baking bowls, spatulas, or other resources that would be beneficial for them. Now, this is what the government can do to implement change. The government can give the school a proper budget. This means that they can pull from certain taxes, including hotel room taxes or the like, and a small portion from them, and give it to our public school funding that we get each year. Second, the government can make these classes required rather than an elective. And third, the government can use this big platform to promote this change. Now that I have informed you about what we can do, I'm going to inform you about the positive effects that come from this change. Not only will the students be taught valuable life skills, but they will be taught discipline and how to have good mannerisms. A lot of what I discussed earlier, including the life management skills and cleanliness in our food, in our school, is actually what the Japanese system used. And there's a positive effect from Japan using this school system. And I believe that the same positive effect will happen here in America if we choose to do the same. Remember, if Japan can do it, so can we. Lastly, implementing life management skill courses and all these other things will prepare our students for adulthood. Now, today I was able to inform you about 3 things. I was able to inform you about the lack of life skills in our public school system, steps we can do to change that, and the positive effect that comes from changing those things. Again, if you want to see change, contact your local government, your state representatives, and your local public high school and demand a change. Second, donate. Donate your time or donate money or donate resources. By taking these things and taking small steps, we will have a better future for our children. Thank you.